Welcome to the Good Landlord training. My name is Tom Wood, and I'll be your presenter for these modules. Many landlords have asked, how did the Good Landlord program start, and why do I have to take this training? We hope to be able to answer many of those questions for you today. For many years, Ogden City had problems with crime in rental properties. They also had many complaints about the poor condition of apartments located throughout the city. They decided to charge landlords more for their business licenses because it was felt that they used more city services than owner-occupied dwellings. State law allows local governments to impose disproportionate business license fees to rental units due to increased costs to municipalities. Those costs include calls for police, fire, and emergency services. A disproportionate rental fee means a license fee on rental housing based on the disproportionate costs of municipal services caused by rental housing. Currently, Utah requires cities that impose a disproportionate rental fee to establish a Good Landlord program, allowing the landlord to qualify for a reduction in fees. The law allows local governments to create a program that's realistic for their city. The criteria for the Good Landlord program is as follows. 1. A landlord completes a landlord training program approved by the city. 2. Landlord implements measures to reduce crime in rental housing. And 3. Landlord operates rental housing in accordance with applicable city ordinances. Since starting in 2004, Ogden has experienced a 30% reduction of crime on rental properties by the year 2008, less than 4 years after starting the program. And as of 2014, more than 85% of Ogden landlords were participating in the program. Those who choose not to be part of the program pay the higher fees. The Good Landlord program helps reduce crime. It lowers the cost for services to cities and creates higher income from those landlords who choose not to participate. These are the primary reasons that 15 Utah cities now have a Good Landlord program, and more cities are starting them every year. As part of the Good Landlord program, participating landlords are encouraged or required, depending on the city, to first, run a credit and criminal background check on every applicant. Second, to evict tenants who create problems. Third, to maintain their properties to code. And fourth, take a city-approved Good Landlord training class. In return, cities agree to first, reduce the per-unit license fee. Second, provide information on criminal activity. And third, provide training and education on city regulations and crime prevention. Before starting the modules, we'd like to take a few minutes and do a quick pre-test. These will be questions that will be covered throughout our training, and this gives an opportunity for you to assess your current knowledge. Question 1. True or false? A 3-day pay or vacate notice requires a tenant to move out. That is false. A 3-day pay or vacate is the first step for a landlord if rent is not paid. While moving out is an option, normally the best result is to have the tenant pay the rent owed. Question 2. True or false? If I only have one rental unit, it's okay to discriminate against someone in a protected class. That is false. While a landlord may be exempt from fair housing laws because they have less than 4 units, it's never a good practice to discriminate against someone because they're in a protected class. Your exemption doesn't mean you won't be sued. Question 3. True or false? The Utah Fit Premises Act requires landlords to fix air conditioning if it breaks. That is true. If an air conditioner is provided at the time a tenant first occupies the rental, then the landlord must make repairs to the air conditioning within 3 days of being notified by the tenant. Question 4. True or false? The best way to screen tenants is to take several applications, compare them to each other, and choose the best one. That is false. The best way to screen tenants is to set written minimum qualification standards and accept the first applicant who meets those qualifications. Question 5. True or false? Routine quarterly inspections are a good way to maintain property value. That is true. Regular inspections help identify problems before they become serious and allow landlords to address tenant problems such as cleanliness, extra occupants, drug use or criminal activity, or unauthorized pets. Question 6. True or false? Abandoned personal belongings of former tenants must be kept in a secure location for 15 days. That is true. Utah law changed in 2013, lowering the number of days landlords must hold belongings from 30 days to just 15. Question 7. True or false? Age is a federally protected class. That is false. While age discrimination is prohibited in employment, it is not protected in housing. However, households with children under the age of 18 are protected by familial status. Question 8. True or false? There is nothing you can do to help reduce crime if your rental is in a high crime neighborhood. That is false. Simple things such as proper screening, good environmental design, and routine inspections will help reduce and sometimes eliminate crime. Question 9. True or false? Putting things in writing will help reduce problems with tenants. That is true. Having things in writing, such as screening criteria, applications, lease agreements, and lease addendum will help tenants have fewer misunderstandings and will protect landlords from fair housing complaints. Question 10. True or false? My no pet policy means I don't have to accept someone with an untrained service animal. That is false. A request for a service animal is a reasonable accommodation to a no pet policy, and there is no requirement that the animal has any kind of training as a service animal. So, how did you do? Most landlords know the answers to these questions, but some might be new for you. We cover each of these issues and more in our training modules. If you have specific questions, you can review individual modules after completing the course.